Okay, so many of you guys know that I do a ton of weight loss, and one of the most common things that happens in my weight loss programs is at some point people either plateau or maybe they're not even losing very much weight to begin with. And so, what happens is that we have to have a heart to heart conversation on why you're not losing weight. So, the top couple reasons of why you're not losing weight is number one, you're not tracking. Okay, so if you are not tracking what you're eating, then you have no idea what you're actually eating. I have no idea what you're actually eating. Nobody has any idea what you're actually eating. And therefore, we can't move forward. We can't make a plan of, okay, you're having this. And so we need to take that out and you need to try this. Or, maybe we figure out something's aggravating you, some type of food is aggravating you, but we have no idea if you're not tracking it. So if you are struggling to lose weight or if you're struggling to gain weight, you're having any issues with your gut, if you're having any issues with migraines, if you're having any issues with anything, you really need to start tracking it so that we can find a trend, okay? So that's your number one reason why you're not seeing results in anything. Number two is you're not being consistent. So, one of my biggest pet peeves when I work with people on weight loss, anything, it could be, like I said, migraines, it could be GI stuff, it could be weight, it can be anything that we're trying to treat or figure out is if you're not being consistent. So, what I mean by consistency is not a couple days of trying something new and then throwing in the towel. You have to be consistent for weeks and months, and then you have the right to bitch if at the end of those couple weeks or months you're not seeing anything change. And then oftentimes you won't see things change, but I will see things. And so I track lots of things. I listen to what you're saying. I type all of those things down. It could be sleep improvements. It could be pain improvements. It could be body fat improvements. It could be measurements instead of like actually the scale going down. It could be your clothes are fitting a little bit differently. So I track and listen to all of those things. But one thing that I find is that when you're not consistent, you do what you're supposed to do for a couple days, and then you fall off for a couple days, and then you get back on it and you do it for a couple days, and then you fall off for a couple days. That's not being consistent with what our plan is, and that could be why you're not seeing results. The next thing is you're not sleeping. This sleep is important for recovery, for regeneration. And if you are not sleeping, then you will not recover. You will not improve your pain. You will not lose weight. You will not decrease your migraines. You will not improve your gut. Nothing's going to change if you are not sleeping. So a lot of my patients have issues with anxiety. They're having issues with their brain going at night, thoughts and thoughts and thoughts. They can't wind down. Some of my patients actually struggle with waking up in the middle of the night. That's a completely different problem, but it still is. If you're not sleeping well, nothing is going to change. So you need to figure that out, whether it's with me or with somebody else. You need to really get that sleep together. Next thing is you're not moving. So it's true, exercise is not going to, you can never outrun a bad diet, right? So for weight loss specifically, if you are not if you're eating a crappy diet and going to the gym for 10 hours a day, it's still, your weight loss is not going to change. You have to be consistent with your diet. But if you are not moving at all, that's really going to stall your weight loss because the body likes to move. And part of the fat process, removing process, is moving the body and getting it up and out of the fat cells. So exercise is really important. Moving always helps pain. It doesn't have to be strenuous, crazy exercise, but just moving the body. That's really, really important. And also drinking water on that because that lubrication really helps move things in and out. Um, wow, that sounded really dirty. Lubrication and moving things in and out. Anyways, moving on. The next reason why you may not be seeing results in weight loss and all of these things we've been talking about is not having a coach, an advocate, a doctor, anybody who can really be there to keep you on track. One thing that I find a lot with my weight loss patients is they'll do really well for a couple weeks, and then the excitement kind of wears off. You don't really want to do it anymore, and it's kind of boring to eat the same shit. Or, man, it's like it sucks not being able to hang out with my friends and eat whatever I want, or go out to dinner and eat whatever I want. Or especially people who are on prep, they understand this. It's a social sacrifice on that. Um, but the thing is that your coach will keep you on track. You'll come in, maybe you have a bad attitude that day, or maybe you're really feeling like I'm done. I want to like throw in the towel. But your coach is responsible for helping remind you of all of your goals and what you're really trying to fight for. And that is why you are paying them. Okay. You're paying your coach to reinforce why you're doing what you're doing, right? And if you have a good coach, they should set up all of those things at the very beginning. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? And that brings me to my next point is the number one reason why you're not seeing results is because you don't want it enough. If you do not want it, nobody else wants it for you. Okay, you have to want it. And this is actually going to be one of my next videos, is finding your why. If you don't know why you're working towards something, and if you don't have a strong enough why, you will never, ever, 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 ever see results. So you have to find a why, and you have to dig deep. It has to be more than just being superficial, right? Everybody wants to look great, right? But we can fix that with liposuction. We can put, do breast implants. We can do all kinds of things to alter your exterior physique. That's not enough. What we really have to do is find out why you're trying to change. Why are you trying to get out of pain? Is it because you want to play with your kids? Is it because you want to live longer for your grandchildren? Is it because you want to go and hike the biggest mountain in the world? Like, what is it that you are trying to do? And you really have to get to that why. Weight loss is, it's losing the weight is not going to solve all your problems, right? So what is it with losing weight? Where are you going to get to go? I had one patient who came in and we cried together when she told me this. She had lost so much weight that she finally got to fly without having to get the extender. And she said it's so embarrassing to have to ask for that extender. And so she had a huge win by being able to fly and not have to use the extender. That's a why, right? Being able to get on amusement park rides without having to be fearful that you won't fit into it, or without, being fearful that you're going to be too much, you're too heavy and you can't ride that ride. That's a why. That's a real why. Not just I want to fit into clothes or I want people to find me attractive. You have to find a true why, and that's going to keep you going. So that'll be another topic for a different day, but I hope, re-listen to this, go back through. If you're feeling like you're stuck ever, or like you're not seeing results, dig deep and find out why you're not seeing results. Are you not being consistent? Do you not have a coach or an advocate? Are you not solid on why you're doing what you're doing? And, find somebody to help you with that. Anyways, send me your questions if you ever have them. Have a great day.